Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln as the Class D1 State High School Football Championship. Here today on Extreme Sports as the Sandy Creek Cougars get set to take on the Mustangs out of Stanton High School. Here this afternoon, these two teams have been on a collision course since they played last year in the state semifinals in a ball game played down at Sandy Creek. Stanton came to town, beat Sandy Creek last year by the score of 48-36. They went on to win the Class D1 state championship a season ago.
We knew it was going to be a big game, but, like, on the bus ride up there, I just felt like everybody was, like, really relaxed and, you know, like, they weren't stressed about it or they weren't, like, really tense or anything.
You could definitely tell it was a different day, just kind of by the way you woke up. I mean, you knew something was different, but you kind of went about it as normal. You know, we got up like any normal day where we didn't have school, and we came in and we lifted. And then we just kind of got everything ready to go. We got on the bus, and there was a great crowd out here at school and in the escort as well, which was really neat.
We had our walkthrough, kind of just talking about some last minute things, you know, making sure everyone's still on the same page. Then we got fed.
We were excited to play them. And, like, it's not like we had beef with any of them. Like, we had all been on communication within, like, social media and stuff like that. And, like, I'd say both teams were excited to play each other again because that's going to be one of the greatest games in eight man.
It was kind of lit my fuel on fire because, like, I had way too many mistakes in the year before, so I wanted to go and show that I improved all year long and that I can go out and do what I know I can do.
Something about the whole day is we had a lot of food. Like, we ate once and they gave us, then we went home, came back, they fed us again. There's just a lot of food. Like, we were no one should have ever been hungry.
I felt like it couldn't have been more perfect. It couldn't have been, like, any better of an opportunity to, like you said, have a rematch with them and come back a year later bigger, faster, stronger, and be able to show them how much better we've gotten and how much more we're going to beat them.
You know, going on the bus, we were locked in, but, you know, it's just like any other game. We were, laughing on the bus, we were enjoying the moment before we had to fully lock in. I remember first time, finally getting to Lincoln. We're almost there and we're right next to the Stanton bus. It was kind of cool just to see them right next to us. We get there, they get there. You see some of the players, and you're like, it's about go time.
We're all family, we're all brothers, and so for the most part, you get along pretty well. And just being able to share that whole day with them was just really something memorable, especially since no matter what happens, it's going to be your last day. Putting on pads and helmets and spending that time with that group of guys.
It had been 25 years since I had been on the Memorial Field in a meaningful way, and so for me, I was excited for our kids and our team. It really wasn't about anything for me personally per se, but I was excited to have the kids play in that environment.
We get to compete against a really tough opponent, an opponent that beat us not too long ago. But there's no win or lose. Like, we're here, and we're gonna give our all. We always talk about that, like, if you leave everything out on the field, you give everything you have, and you leave it all out on the field, you can't lose.
So we knew they were getting the ball first. And then on the first drive, we were able to get them held up to a 4th and long situation, which we felt like was a big advantage for us. And then we had a pass coverage breakdown, and they ended up scoring on a long touchdown.
We didn't really let it phase us because we came back and we answered. It wasn't a good feeling. We knew we were going to have to really work after that, being down.
We thought it was going to be kind of a back and forth game. But then, we kicked off to them. They went and scored again to go up 14-6. And then when they kicked off back to us, we didn't cover the kickoff, and they got the ball back, which was our first special teams mistake of the day.
And those were kind of really a sore spot for me, like that onside kick. But then, it was kind of the same mentality as that Lord Central Catholic game. Let's go back out here. We're not done yet. This game isn't over. We got to go punch one in or go get a stop, whatever it is.
It was kind of nerve-wracking, but in the same sense, we knew one score is not going to determine the entire game. We have to get a stop. We have to score. I mean, one score is not going to determine who wins or loses the game.
We felt like it was maybe getting away from us a little bit, and that we needed to go find some points to shrink that lead. And then down 20-6, I remember Ethan breaking off a long touchdown run up the sideline to put it 20-14. We went and tied the game at 20-20 on a long Rempe run on the same play that Ethan scored, but this time he pitched it on the option, and Connor cut it back and went for like 55 or 60 yards. It was an awesome play.
We got a stop right before halftime, and that gave us a little bit of momentum going into halftime. I wouldn't say it was like a real great thing, but we really hadn't played the way we wanted in the first half, and we just kind of made a few mistakes that cost us the game in the semifinals the previous year. But we really felt like we had a really good chance to kind of turn things around in the second half.
That gave me chills walking in there, because it wasn't anything that we had to adjust. It was just us making plays. And the coolest part about it was the boys knew that too. That was the coolest part about it. Walking into halftime, just chills, because they're talking about what they need to do, how they need to step up and make plays.
It was a really incredible feeling at halftime, just sensing those guys' confidence and their belief that even though we were down and the score didn't necessarily reflect it, that we had a great opportunity to win that game coming out of half.
When we got the ball out of halftime, we really felt like we could get some momentum going there with our offense, and give ourselves the chance to get back in this game.
It was really cool scoring in Memorial Stadium, and I felt like I slightly redeemed myself from when they scored in the beginning of the game.
We hadn't ran that specific play all year. It's just a one-man route, and the whole goal was to run that on 3rd and short where they felt like we were running it. So we'd bring in Josh Spray onto the field in what we called our jumbo package, where we had some extra linemen on the field, and all year we had only ran out of that formation. And we knew that that's something that they would know going in, that when they saw 72 come on the field, they needed to be ready for run. So we really wanted to run that play on like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, but it ended up we had to run it on 3rd and 8 because we didn't have a successful second play that drive. But then for Ethan to throw the ball that he did and Wes to come down with it, it was just a tremendous individual effort by both of those guys.
During the third quarter, it was still pretty close, pretty tied up. Some key moments, I think, from the second half was, Connor had a long touchdown, like the toe tapper in the back of the end zone.
I honestly thought I was a lot farther in than I was, but I went over to the coaches and I said there's no way they're overturning it. I was just confident that I at least got a foot or two in, and I felt like there's no way they were going to be able to overturn that play.
I was thinking, what a catch. I didn't know. On the field, you can't really tell how close he was to the line. I thought he had a little ways in the back of the end zone, but no, that was a great catch by him. And throughout the replay, you could really just kind of see like just how impeccable of a catch that was. And we went to the sideline while it was being reviewed, and Coach Kuda's just sitting over there like, oh, this is going to be good, but if we don't, this is what we're going to do, and if we do score, this is what we're going to do.
So we felt like we were in a really good spot, and that we had 12 minutes to execute and do what we need to do, and through that third quarter, we put ourselves in a great position to win that game.
After 3 quarters, your score, Sandy Creek 44, Stanton 36.
Hudson's a big yeller. He gets excited and he yells, and he actually made the tackle on that play. So I thought he was just excited to make the play, and then I realized he wasn't getting up, and that was a big blow to us because he's such a tremendous football player, and he did such a great job all game against what they did.
Trying to tackle someone, I just got rolled up weirdly, that it affected me a lot. It affected me, but not the team. I was really worried because I needed to trust my teammates, but I wanted to be back on the field. Josh Spray stepped up. He got the ball loose. He did everything right.
Usually when Hudson's yelling, it's a good thing. This wasn't a good, and you could see everybody on the sideline was like, crap, this could be a problem. Because Huddy is one of our leading tacklers and just stud on the defense and offense, and just having that blow to the team kind of dropped the morale a little bit. And me having to go step into that position, I was just antsy, and nerves were through the roof, but just being comfortable going and playing with the things that I know I'm capable of doing, and being able to play at that highest level.
They scored early in the fourth quarter. And again, we felt like it was going to be a game where if somebody could get a stop on a 2-point conversion, that might be the difference. And he got a tackle on a 2-point conversion to give us the 44-42 lead. Then, we're driving down the field. We turn it over the way that we did.
Went right through my arms, and it got picked off. And as soon as I seen him catch it, took off after him. And then after that, I kind of knew that my teammates were gonna help me out and get through it, because it was a pretty low point for me, but I knew that the guys on the team would really help me out and stepping up and making a play. And like I said, Connor stepped up, made that play on 4th down. Then we got the ball back again, and then Ethan ran it for the first down to seal it.
It came down to him being the guy that was one-on-one with the ball carrier. Everybody else did their jobs. They were in their gap and bounced it out to Connor, and Connor came up and made the play. So, I don't know. It was just, just crazy events.
Connor ultimately just made a play there, which is what he does. And so that was definitely electric. But then we knew that, just being up 2 wasn't good enough, and we had to respond then. And then for his 4th down one, honestly, on the field, I was a little nervous. It's 1 yard. They'd been getting that all day with that QB sneak. And so ultimately, that's what I thought they were going to do, is I thought they would QB sneak it. And so we had a double blitz called, and I just remember, doing my job on that, and then looking up and seeing Connor make the tackle.
After the tackle was made, I knew we had it. I knew there wasn't enough time to let them, or I guess for us to, we couldn't do anything dumb, I guess. There wasn't enough time for us to score, so we ran out the clock and gave ourselves the best chance of winning the football game.
We go out there, and I remembered the count was on Dale, so that was a good thing. But then Jacob motioned on the next on ready. He motioned across the formation, and I remember I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow him on this play, and so he motioned across, and I said to go. We ran around the left side to the left side, and Jacob picked up one picked up one person, and he started blocking another, and then I just ran around the outside for enough yards to get us the first down, and after that it was pretty hype after that.
I'd say realization hit that was the last time all of us are going to play with each other.
I remember we were done eating, and I went with like a group of kids outside, and we just walked around and took in the atmosphere and everything. So it was just really fun, exciting time.
I don't feel like there's many people that got real emotional. If they did, it was all just joyful. The bus ride home was really fun. I mean, we were sitting in the back playing music, just jamming out, talking.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. I think everything that happened for a reason, and it is why we got to where we were able to get to.
He gave me that medal, and it was hard, last year playing football with the family I grew up with, and just knowing that after Kuda, it was Wiseman and the rest of the coaches, and growing up with them, it was just kind of hard just to let it go. But I'm glad that it ended the way it did.
I really feel like this class of seniors, just the level of hard work that we put in was unmatched, and it's the best group of guys that you could ask for. So along with that, the best friends that you'll look back on and you'll cherish forever. So it was a pretty special group.
It was awesome. I mean, the entire night, you weren't really thinking about that just because you were so happy and you were surrounded by everyone that you love. But then I really think the bus ride home is when you kind of start to realize, dang, that was the last ride. That was the last time you get to do that with those guys. And part of me was emotional during that, but it was all good emotions because you can't really be sad because, like you said, you hit your ultimate goal. You came out on top, had probably the perfect senior season, went undefeated regular season, had 4 home playoff games, and then ultimately won the state championship in one of the best games in 8-man football. And it was just amazing.